That's why, you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job.
Back jump, Lord, I cracked you up.
I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
Katt Williams just lit the fuse again. He's back dropping some wild truths, and it's sounding messier than ever. Word is, he's sitting on some serious tea about the real link between Diddy and Nipsey Hussle. And with the heat surrounding Diddy's case, things are only getting deeper by the minute. Now here's what's got people shook. Rumors are swirling that Nipsey might have gotten pulled into one of Diddy's secret plays, and it wasn't by accident. Folks are dying to know what kind of setup Diddy had going on behind closed doors.
Hook up with the biggest rapper at the time, everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in LA. It was Lauren that brought Nip to him.
And how in the world Katt Williams got the receipts to spill on all of it? You following? Cause this next part gets even wilder. Guess whose name came up in the middle of Diddy's federal mess? Lauren London. Yeah, people want to know what role she played and how she ended up in the middle of this chaos. But here's the shocker. Lauren had already known about Diddy's shady dealings for years. That includes all the stuff with Cassie and how he was allegedly treating the women around him. She wasn't in the dark at all. And then there's this other twist. Some folks been whispering for a while that Lauren was once part of Diddy's inner circle, just like Young Miami. Nothing's confirmed, but that rumor's been flying for a minute. Now here's where it gets real messy. After knowing all of that, Lauren still introduced Nipsey to Diddy? That move has everybody scratching their heads. And it wasn't just Jaguar spilling the tea. Nipsey himself confirmed it. Remember that Breakfast Club interview?
I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
Nip straight up said, Lauren's the one who introduced me to Puff. Yeah, he said it with his own mouth. Now the street's been talking, and a lot of Nipsey's fans believe Lauren wasn't just some supportive girlfriend behind the scenes. Nah, they say she had a much deeper role in all of this. Some even claim she was placed there on purpose, to keep Nipsey in line. The whispers are loud. She was Diddy's eyes and ears, watching every move Nip made, making sure he didn't stray too far or speak too loud. But it don't stop there. Things get even heavier. See, when Nipsey and Diddy linked up, the bond started to look more like business than just respect. In one interview, Diddy said Nipsey came to him saying, I want to learn how you did it, how you built your empire. Sounds innocent, right? But when you really think about it, that line hits different. Fast forward to Nipsey's tragic death, and people are starting to connect the dots all over again.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
They're asking if Diddy's influence helped build Nipsey, or if it led him down a dangerous path. And guess who just threw more gasoline on the fire? Katt Williams. Katt's not pulling punches. He's saying artists like Nipsey who got involved with Diddy always end up paying a heavy price. And when you look at the history, it's hard to ignore. Just peep the list. Cassie, Meek Mill, YK Osiris, French Montana, Craig Mack, Danity Kane, all of them got stories and none of them sound pretty. People are seriously starting to question this whole Diddy mentorship thing. It's looking real shady now. With old clips of Nipsey and Diddy hanging out resurfacing, the talk online is getting louder. And it ain't just about business anymore. Folks are saying Diddy might have had other intentions when it came to Nipsey. There's a clip going viral right now. Diddy's seen licking his lips, zooming in on Nipsey like he was—
What y'all doing? Lauren! Cassandra! What are you doing? Want some blue dot?
studying him with extra interest. Meanwhile, Nipsey's just chillin', vibing to the beats in the studio, totally unaware of the weird energy coming his way. The whole thing feels off. Remember when Katt Williams said he turned down $50 million 4 times just to keep his dignity? That line hits harder now. Katt even claimed Diddy tried to bring him into that same world, but Katt shut it down fast. And he ain't the only one. Terrence Howard also hinted at something strange. He said it started off professional, but once things took a turn, he dipped out before it got too wild. Now the rumors are swirling. Was Diddy making some kind of move on Nipsey? And if Nipsey rejected him, did things start to get messy behind the scenes? People are starting to connect some uncomfortable dots.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
Then there's the Lauren London angle. Old photos are back online, and in some of them, she's looking real close with Diddy. Meanwhile, Nipsey's in the background, looking like he's tagging along in his own relationship. That image alone got people raising eyebrows. Lauren said Diddy helped her cope with Nipsey's death, and at first, it sounds sweet, right? Just a friend showing support, until she dropped a line that had everyone stunned. She claimed Diddy told her, "Look, boo, you've shown everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." What? That's not comfort. That sounds like something way deeper and way more calculated. And here's the part that got folks doing a double take. She said Diddy called her Boo. That's the same nickname Nipsey used for her. Why would Diddy use something so personal? Unless there was a whole different type of connection going on behind the scenes. That one word set off all kinds of alarms. Let's not forget, Nipsey was moving solo, keeping his distance from the Hollywood machine.
Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there, just looking at it, like waiting. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you notice to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach and you punch them in the mouth, threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're gonna get a real reaction. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man.
But Lauren, she had ties, she had access. And once she brought him into that world, boom, everything started falling apart. Diddy came into the picture, and shortly after, chaos followed. Then former Bad Boy insider Gene Deal stepped in with a warning. He's been speaking out, saying the industry punishes you for certain moves. Gene said Nipsey once told him he wanted his music to carry the same energy as Biggie's Life After Death album. Let that sit with you for a sec. Life After Death, the album that dropped after Biggie was gone. According to Gene, that was Nipsey's biggest misstep, because once Diddy got involved, it was a wrap. Nipsey stopped living in the studio and started hanging out more at Diddy's mansion. And from that point on, everything shifted. The whole vibe changed, and not in a good way. It's like Diddy had Nipsey in a chokehold, mentally, spiritually, and maybe even professionally. People started noticing how different Nipsey looked, stressed out, drained, like the light in his eyes was dimming. That spark, it wasn't the same anymore. Fans saw it and felt it. Some started saying maybe Diddy couldn't control him.
Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got and he went on to sell about 10 million albums or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true.
And that's when the pressure turned up. Nipsey wasn't just another artist. He was sharp, independent, and real. A street-bred revolutionary who wasn't about to bow down to the games and politics of Hollywood. And that made him a problem to folks who play puppet master behind the scenes. Word on the block? Diddy didn't like that one bit. And here's where things get even shadier. Some claim Diddy had his eyes on Lauren the whole time, that once Nipsey was gone, she'd be next on his list. But let's not sugarcoat it. Diddy's track record with women? Far from romantic. He didn't treat Cassie like some queen. She was under his control, and we've all seen the trauma she had to walk away from. And let's not forget about Kim Porter, the mother of his kids. She passed away after years of emotional pressure and stress, allegedly tied to Diddy's manipulation. So when people say Diddy was there for Lauren out of love, nah. This ain't about love, it's about control. Diddy's grief game is something else. When Biggie passed, he dropped that Grammy-winning tribute, and boom, launched his solo career right after. Capitalized off the pain. No question. When Kim died, he flipped the script again. Suddenly, he's the grieving single father, posting spiritual vibes while living wild behind the scenes. Then Nipsey passed, and guess what? Diddy wasted no time posting about Lauren, trying to align himself with healing energy, legacy talk, and soul-deep wisdom he never actually lived. Fans weren't buying it. It looked like another move, not a mourning.
It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
I know so many things I shouldn't know. When I walk in a room, heads go down.
Every time someone powerful passes, Diddy somehow ends up right in the center of the story. So here's the real question. Was he trying to turn Nipsey's death into his next legacy moment? People are saying Diddy saw Nipsey as an easy target, someone he could use to boost his own name. But someone had to open that door. And a lot of eyes are landing on Lauren. Now let's talk about Katt Williams. He saw all this way before it hit the headlines, before the raids, before the lawsuits, before the world woke up. Katt knew the trap Diddy was setting wasn't just about wild parties or shady contracts. It was about blackmail, power moves, and setups. And trust, the internet has been buzzing. One user didn't hold back, saying flat out, Lauren was set up to be with Nip by Diddy. That's wild. But then you remember, she thanked Diddy during Nipsey's funeral. That moment had folks scratching their heads. Like, why him? It's all about connecting the dots, not just hearing the rumors, but asking if people are really ready to face what those dots spell out. Another user even posted, Diddy did what he did to Big. He jumped on the album, then planned his death to keep the money and royalties. Whether that's truth or just internet smoke, it's got people watching real close. With all this talk about Diddy's dark past, manipulation, and violent tendencies, people are now wondering, will Lauren ever speak up in court? Was she just another victim caught in the storm? Or was she playing her role in something bigger? And could Diddy have really been connected to what happened to Nipsey? You tell us. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't hold back. And if you're here for the unfiltered truth and fearless breakdowns, smash that like, hit subscribe, share with your crew, and make sure to click on the next video popping up on your screen right now. This story, oh, it's far from over. See you in the next one.